Political discussion. Anyway, we will talk about political discussion, but the thing that is very hot nowadays is Nimisha Priya case. Every second is important, and many people in India they are trying to either elongate the case or kind of putting the stay order, or something should happen that she would be set to free because she is innocent. Anyway, many people are working towards it. We will see. Okay, so in political discussion, we are talking about the tariff that is being imposed on the many countries. Political discussion, the custom tariff that is being imposed on the many countries, their products entering into United States. And in that, 23 country list is out. Okay, so American President Mr. Donald Trump, he has already released a list of 23 countries against which the tariff will be 20% to 40%. Philippines is the only lucky country where the tariff is less, that is 20%. Philippines is only lucky country where the tariff is 20%. Otherwise, more or less, in the 23 country list, tariff is more than 20%. Okay, so one phase of tariff on the countries whose products are entering into America. So one phase is over. Okay, what is the hot news now? The hot news is that Donald Trump has finally declared the tariff rate for Mexico and European Union. This is a bomb blast. This is a hydrogen bomb. This is atomic bomb that Donald Trump has now detonated. 30% taxation on Mexico and European Union. At least on the European Union, 30% tax was not expected. This is completely unethical to the European Union. I will talk about Mexico, but 30% tax Donald Trump has imposed on the Mexico and European Union. Till now, the formula for the tariff that Donald Trump was imposing on the country was if any country is associated to China, aligned to the China, if any country is aligned to the Russia, or any country that is aligned to the BRICS nation, Donald Trump had already declared it prior only that any country who is in BRICS nation and he is found getting aligned to non-American activity, more or less he was saying that anyone who belongs to BRICS nation, 10% more tariff would be imposed on it. Brazil got 50% tariff slap from the United States. Now people were kind of taking breath that what would happen next. Then name of Mexico and European Union arisen, and people had thought that this country tariff would be less because they are not BRICS nation country and they are completely aligned to the United States. Okay, in that fashion, when Donald Trump declared 30% tariff on the Mexico and European Union, then there was a hydrogen bomb blast, especially on the European Union. European Union, if American products enter into European Union, 80% of the products are tariff free. American products they may not give any import, any custom tariff if they enter into Europe. 80% of it, only 20% they have to give tariff. This is what European Union is doing for America. Okay, in that fashion, 30% tariff on European Union. This is something that is completely unjustified, completely unethical. Madam Urusel, who is the head of the European Union, and Madam Sanbom, both are lady only, and she is president of Mexico. Both are working towards it. What has happened wrong? Till some time back, news had arrived that Mexico and European Union, their officers, they are in America to make a deal with the Donald Trump, trade deal. Donald Trump has declared that trade deal discussion negotiations between Mexico and European Union, it has broken now. The trade deal has failed. The agreement deal discussion has failed. And in that, when discussion has failed, America is imposing 30% tariff on Mexico and 30% tariff on the European Union. What European Union export to the United States? The maximum what European Union export to the United States is, if I take country wise, then I believe the France. Okay, I forgot what France export to the America. I'll try to remember it. Italy. Italy is considered that leather product it export to the America. France export the kind of cheese, means milk product, to the America. Italy leather product it export to the America. Okay. Otherwise, there are different countries. Germany export electronic product, and in automobiles, German cars are very famous in United States. So Germany export cars, and Germany export the kind of electronic material. There are many countries they export to the America. European Union export to America is more than 500 billion dollars. Okay, we will talk about an American export to European Union is around 300, I believe $340 or something like that. So one is $500 billion plus, and one is $300 plus. This is the scenario with the European Union and America as far as trade is concerned. Even though European Union has nothing to do with the China, European Union has nothing to do with Russia, European Union has nothing to do with the BRICS nation, then why 30% tariff on the European Union? Madam Urusel is again working towards it, and she has said that the officers from the European Union, they will try again talking to the United States. Anyway, there are three countries they are coming into the picture who has successful trade deal with the America. Successful. One of them is United Kingdom, and America has charged I believe 10% only on the United Kingdom. One country is Vietnam. So with Vietnam has successful trade deal with United States, and there is one more country, I believe China. China, Vietnam, and United Kingdom, they have successful trade deal with America. European Union had tried, but they were unsuccessful, and 30% tariff has been imposed on them. What about Mexico? Mexico export $450 billion product into America, and America export 300 plus $billion product to the Mexico. That is one scenario. What was the trade agreement between America and Mexico earlier? Mexico, America, and Canada. There was a trade deal between these three countries signed by Donald Trump only in 2020. Again, this trade deal, there was a free trade agreement. Any product entering into one of these three countries from anywhere to anywhere, there won't be any custom tariff. Anyway, with the executive order of the Donald Trump, that agreement was abolished, and now Donald Trump has declared 35% tariff on the Canada and 30% tariff on the Mexico. Anyway, what is the reason cited behind this tariff? Mexico is Mexico could not control illegal immigrants entering from the Mexico border into America. This is the one reason has been cited. Another reason that it has been cited is the Mexico fentanyl, that is artificial opium that is entering into America. Because of that, America is putting 30% tariff on the Mexico. Vague statement. Anyway, why 30% tariff has been imposed on the European Union? Donald Trump is saying that few products from the America, European Union is charging tariff on that, because 80% product of America, European Union is not charging any tariff. You are talking about 20% tariff. This is amazing. This is something like that. There is a water stream, okay, and there is a goat and there is a lion, and goat is drinking water down the water stream, okay, and lion is drinking water up in the water stream. Okay, then when lion is seeing the goat, and then he is saying that you are touching the water and it becomes a kind of infectious through your tongue or whatsoever, and I need to drink it. Then goat is saying, Mirot, you are drinking water in the upstream, I am drinking water in the downstream. How come I can touch water that is going to your mouth? Not possible. Okay. Then lion said, if not you, then your ancestors had done this and he ate that. Means whatever reason European Union is citing, Donald Trump is come something like he is cancelling that and he has put tariff on the European Union. Anyway, what is behind the scene now? Looks like China, Russia and BRICS nation equation is over now. More or less all the country except India. If we leave the India, which is part of BRICS nation and it is pro-Russia right nowadays, S-400 anti-missile system and Su-53, I believe the fighter jet India is buying from the Russia. Otherwise, there is more or less Donald Trump has covered all the country who are pro-BRICS nation, Russia or China. What is new item now? The Donald Trump is targeting all those countries where the trade with the America is high and trade deficit is high. Trade deficit means America import more and export less. America is in trade deficit with many countries and one of them is Mexico. $450 billion Mexico export to the America and America exports of 370 or 80, I believe 360 million. There is around more than around $100 billion in trade deficit with the America. Okay, if we take Brazil, where 50% tariff was slapped on the Brazil, America was in trade profit with the Brazil. Brazil was in trade deficit with the America. Means America should not have slapped 50% tariff on the Brazil when America is in profit doing trade with the Brazil. But the way Brazil is member of BRICS nation and aligned to the China, it came under that equation, earlier equation. Anyway, Mexico is not under China and BRICS equation or Russia equation, but Mexico is coming under the trade deficit with the America. America is going through heavy trade deficit with the Mexico. America is going with the heavy trade deficit with the European Union. That is the problem of European Union and Mexico. America is citing this reason, that reason, the lion was citing. Okay, but at the end it put 30% tariff. It has put 30% tariff on the China also because the severe trade deficit with the China. In that category, in that bucket, European Union and Mexico also came. Okay, around $160 billion is a trade deficit or $170 billion is a trade deficit or $190 billion trade deficit of the America is with European Union and around 100 billion trade deficit of America is with Mexico. In that fashion, it is completely unavoidable. America had to put taxation on them. Okay, Mexico as a country, it was doing extreme. What is extreme is when there was a there was a free trade agreement with the Europe, with the America. Mexico became a hub of the manufacturer around the globe. Germany, Audi car. Germany has Audi car. Audi car, they had placed a company manufacturing unit in Mexico. Mexico was charging less tariff and then they set up a or zero tariff, I don't know, Audi company in Mexico. And since there is a free trade agreement between Mexico and America, Audi car were imported into German Audi car were imported into America through Mexico. This is called transshipment. Means Mexico was doing anything to earn the money. It did not respect the free trade agreement with the America. Free trade agreement means Mexican company should be free trade agreement, not the German company who are shipping through the Mexico. This is what Mexico was doing. Fentanyl and these kind of things were imported into America through Mexico, and China was the root country which was doing transshipment of the fentanyl to the America through the Mexico. So Mexico had to be punished. This was inevitable. It had to happen. Anyway, okay, what these are the placed in the newspaper. What is next? Next is India. Okay, India is a dual country. In one mode, India is aligned to the Russia and BRICS nation. That is one mode where Donald Trump has threatened for the 10% more tariff. So India comes in 10% more tariff in scenario. That is number one. What is number two about the India? America is in trade deficit with India. I believe around $100 billion trade deficit is with India. Okay, India and America, I believe around $180 billion is the trade between India and America. And maximum is going from India to America. And what maximum is going is in services sector. American companies, they invest in India, and Indian people work out there. And in that fashion, if take their product that is made in India to America, then that will be considered an export from India only. In that fashion, America consider itself as a trade deficit with the India. We will talk about it in very much detail. Why India is under trouble and why Donald Trump is not declaring trade tariff with the India. What is the fix? What is something that is blocking Donald Trump to not declare the trade deal with the India? Donald Trump has declared trade deal with China, that is 30%, United Kingdom, European Union, Brazil, African country, Indian, Asian country, everything is declared. Only India is now, it is a spared. We will talk about it. But India is falling in both buckets now. BRICS nation, Russia bucket, and then trade deficit bucket. Everywhere India is there. Now everyone's eye is on India now. What will happen to India? Will it be 26%, the last time it was declared to the India? Or will it be 20%, that is the minimum tariff that Donald Trump is saying, that it will be blanket tariff, minimum 20% will be imposed on all the countries? Or will it be plus 10%, whatever America is thinking, because India is part of BRICS nation? That we have to see. We will wait and watch.